Hey everybody, and welcome back to Psychology Geek. In today's video, we are talking about 8 psychological tricks to read anyone. Before we go straight into the video, please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Read the right minds and it will get you far. One mind trick at a time. Here, we have 8 of them to read anyone. 1. A self-aware reflection. There is always a first step for everything. This is not the exception. You will read minds, and the right minds to read could set you apart tremendously. To see those weak points, start with yourself. Before starting to influence others, you have to become fully self-aware. That will lead you to self-discovery and improvement, making you perceive when you are forming opinions and influencing people. You can catch that moment when the other is listening to you and following your advice. Practice makes perfect, and if you practice with yourself, you can be way better at picking up all those verbal signs to emphasize and read that person like an open book. Talking about books, it's the same case here. Read something you love and understand, and it's easier to read, right? Pages fly off your hand. It happens the same thing with people. 2. Read emotions. If you know how to read emotions and influence them, let us put it this way, you've got 70% of the job done. There is nothing easier than reading emotions when you pay attention to those so revealing facial expressions. All feelings appear on the face. That's where all the actions are. Find those minor, unfolding seconds when somebody is suddenly surprised, happy or sad, and you can start driving the conversation to wherever you want. By identifying those expressions and micro-expressions, you can get an outstanding advantage. For instance, micro-expressions only last a slight second and exposes people's emotions, which nobody wants to admit. A wrinkled nose could be a sign of disgust. That upturn of the inner eyebrow can leak sadness. It's a potent tool to study those to get critical information about the other person's 70% drive, their genuine emotions. By identifying those paramount behavioural rulers, you can get ahead and read everybody. One thing all humans have in common is emotions. Everybody can recognise happiness, sadness, and even disgust. Those secrets will be revealed to you if you know when to give that complete focus to people's expressions. Emotions cannot hide you anymore. 3. Get those patterns right. Millions of situations repeat themselves throughout our lives. For instance, when you are in a job interview, they tell you when it ends, okay, we will call you back. With the most prominent yeah on the forehead, they will never do that. You know it, I know it, we know it. And by taking the experience of those signs, you can get a better picture and understand other people's reactions to what you are going to do and say next. Simply put, save time and energy by not repeating those patterns, and the ones that are out of your control, save energy there, like in that job interview. If it finishes like that, you already know the outcome. Don't worry about it 24/7, draining the energy needed for new opportunities. Knowing this beforehand and identifying patterns saves you time and effort. You can practice by searching them in everyday situations, going to a bar and seeing how everybody else behaves. If that girl likes that guy, those 2 drunks will start a fight in the near 15 minutes or so. If the girl looking in your direction looks at you or the barman, there is a million of different scenarios where you can choose to pick up different patterns and predict outcomes. That will get you a complete dictionary about human behaviour next time you are in front of an important person. 4. Make predictions. Now that you've got patterns figured out, it's time to start making predictions. You are in the library and can start to see anger with a lowering eyebrow and widening nostrils in that girlfriend that's seeing how her boyfriend is gazing at another girl. Somebody is going to sleep outside tonight. Or that guy leaning over a girl that wants to escape with a wrinkled nose expression of disgust. The countdown to an imminent bailout in 1, 2, and it's gone. You already knew that would happen before it happens. Predictions can take you far. To be precise, a step forward in any direction because you can take a guess and assess the situation to go at it or not. If you know what will happen next, you will read more than their minds, their future, for at least the next 5 minutes. That's a significant edge in any situation. In that job interview, by reading those emotional signs when telling your story, you can find that the interviewer picks up interests or likes what you said, revealing that emotion via micro-expression. Would you not have an advantage over the situation? Sure you will. Imagine if that comment gives you an edge. You can identify that micro-expression, seeing the pattern unfold, the interviewer making a lot of questions, leaning forward and smiling. The prediction then begins. It may be better to keep the same train of thought that unfolded. Nevertheless, it's a powerful tool to learn to predict without a crystal ball. 5. Experiment. As soon as you start making predictions, you can begin to test them out. Test at your own will. For instance, if you see a friend who gets all the girls by being an outgoing, top-notch colleague extrovert, then why not try it yourself? See and do. 2 actions that can make you expand your world and that you wouldn't think possible. Remember that the trait of a genius is openly knowing that you don't know anything. Being humble can make you gain more experience and learn from other people's behavioural virtues that work for them. If not, it's easier to be that guy, leaning forward, drunk and with bad breath, to that girl that is going to bail out in the next 10 seconds. Seeing those patterns unfold, predicting that outcome, and experimenting with the results of the other one that goes with the clean shave, sober, excellent breath, and 0 bad vibes can make you gain the same results as our winner here. Reading all those aspects will make you more prepared for any situation you choose to embark on. The world is to experiment. Many people are doing many things better than us. Either that or they are born rich. But jokes aside, experiment and it will be way easier to read minds and influence different outcomes at will. It's easier to predict when you have a higher chance of getting it right. 6. An old boss's friend. For instance, you can get ahead in that job interview by imagining that he is an old pal of yours. Your best friend is on the other side of the chair, interviewing you for a great job opportunity. We are not telling you to go over to the desk and give him the biggest hug. You already know about patterns and how that would go. We don't need to predict much there, since giving him a bear hug is not the best presentation for the first time. In a hostile environment such as this, making your mind focus on a friendlier face will give you that, so seek easiness. You will feel more relaxed and comfortable, 2 sides of the same coin called confidence. That will let you express yourself more clearly, and of course, you got a lot of tools that the future boss doesn't know. All these micro-expressions are being analysed. You recognise the tone of the voice if it gets more or less excited about what you are telling him, and have identified the pattern of probably I will get this job. All that without any bear hugs, a round-up success. 7. Feel like a rock star. There are a couple of spots you can take to become an influence in the other people's lives and bring up that lost feeling of wonder. That wow factor that disappears when we are adults with all the stress from work and all those responsibilities. Watching the news every day will help us lose that too. But it's a levelling factor for all types of people, regardless of their status, rich or poor. We all have that same wonder in ourselves. And if you bring up in others that nostalgic feeling, you can get a unique reaction that will set you apart from everybody else. Because by doing, you are giving them something they thought was lost. Bringing up emotions, and not only that, a nostalgic sentiment, leaves you with a leveraged upside into the interaction. That sense of waking wonder that you can produce will make the other person an easy-to-read human being, since you know what clicks. Feeling like a rock star is a direct message to anybody around you. Expanding your gestures, being outgoing, picking up and completing phrases to tell the others that you are paying extra attention. Something that doesn't happen every day in this hurried-up world. Those are rock star signs that can talk louder for you than any name dropping. because actions speak louder than a million words, and if you are an influence on other people, you can set the terms of the interaction, whether it is a job interview, a business, or a beautiful lady on the other side of that special date. Trust us, it's the easiest way to read someone when you can make them feel your vibe first. 8. Perfect practice. There are many ways you can get better, and starting is the most crucial step. You can start by labeling things as this next 3. It seems like, it sounds like, it looks like. Those 3 will get you a perfect resume of what you are seeing and experiencing. Then, once you get them done, you start to kick that gear on your brain. That first spark of labeling unfolds a lot of creativity and clarity in any situation. Quickly an easy example, you are there making small talk with a girl, she suddenly says, "Wow, I want to see that premiere." Start labeling that. Even if it sounds obvious, but it's essential to get your brain moving. Possible answers are, it seems, she likes that movie. It sounds like it will be a lot of fun for her to see that movie. It looks like I will ask her out to see that movie. And by telling me that, she is subtly telling me, ask me out to see that movie. There you go, reading. It's that powerful. Take action, a new future is coming. Have you got more ways to read minds? Tell us in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe for more videos like these.